All right, I'm launching right here. Good morning, YouTubers and anglers out there. I'm launching right here at the Washington Street Pier. As y'all can see, if you like to fish the bank, I got some followers that are bank fishermen. They don't have a boat, you can fish that pier. A lot of people have been fishing that pier. The trout ain't been too good on it, but they're catching some redfish and some other species, drum. I'm gonna try to get some trout or maybe some flounder today, redfish, it don't matter, but I think I'm gonna make a little run to Roscoe's and get some live shrimp just to have as a backup. But I've been injured all the way from a year ago and nursing it. I've been taking a little leave for about a week, one a day. I don't like to take those, but it's working so far. I'm feeling pretty good, so we'll see what happens today. I'm solo. Jay is going to see the grandbaby, and I called a friend of mine that been wanting to go, but he didn't answer the phone call, so I hope I tear him up so he'd be sick. We'll see what happens. From the Washington Street Pier in Waveland, Louisiana. Waveland, Louisiana. Waveland. It's nice out here. It's going to change today. It's supposed to be like 5-mile-an-hour winds until like 3 o'clock. So I usually make about a 2 to 3 hour trip. I ain't been making no long trips. Y'all know that. But hopefully we can find some fish somewhere around Waveland, right? Maybe the bridge. Last year, this time I was catching it 14, 13 around the bridge. And a bunch of sheephead. So we'll see what happens. All right, we had Roscoe's right here. We got some beautiful live shrimp. How many you got? You got plenty of people come? Yeah, plenty?
Loaded down.
All right, well, we appreciate you going out and get them all the time. Because
come get them. Go fishing.
They seem like they want live bait. They don't want that plastic yet.
They don't want that plastic.
But he's got a nice setup. Appreciate you guys. I got to pay him, though. So see y'all. Man, it's loaded with the pogies right out here at the dock. I didn't have to buy no bait, but now I got shrimp and pogies. Look at that, perfect size. We're going to see what happens. Those are perfect size. I haven't had a lot of luck here yet, but I'm gonna try Gene Taylor's Reef right outside of Bay St. Louis. It's about 3 miles offshore. It's about 10 feet of water. Got some old structure from the main bridge that went over. In the springtime, we caught some nice trout here, but the last couple times I came, I didn't even get a bite. So we'll see what happens. Never know. I'm not gonna waste much time on that Taylor's Reef, man. It's been cold. I'm going to where I caught them last year when I first moved here. Those rocks on the side of the sound, like towards Lake Bourne. Got a couple spots that I hit there at an oyster reef that was holding reds and trout, so I'm going there. It's a good little run, but beautiful day, a little light north wind. First fish of the day, guess what it is? A sheephead. I put a cork on just for the heck of it with a shrimp, and that's what I got. I got a pogie out there, can't get a bite on it. Freeline shrimp, didn't get a bite, but the sheephead are always there, huh? Ah, what we got on there? Redfish. They want that shrimp under cork. Seems like the cork's getting their attention because the water's pretty dirty. That's about a 16-incher, 15-incher. You got to go back, but hey, we got some activity. I said, man, this got to be a trout the way it feels, and guess what? It's a big old trout. And that shrimp was almost dead. Look at that hammer. Watch this. It's dirty water, but try not to lose him right here. Doing this solo. Look at that hammer. Woo! That's 16, 18 inch, probably 18. Let me get him in here. That's dinner, man. I gotta have some dinner. He's fighting like crazy in that dirty water. Look at that. Pretty fish. Man, that was one of my favorite spots right there on those rocks. I caught them last year when I got here, but I'm struggling. I got a couple of rat reds and one nice trout. About 19 inches, and I got pogies, shrimp. You know, I might go try Grand Island, Half Moon Island. See if I can get a couple big flounder. I'm hungry. I need some food. Oh, I ain't got me a red. I don't know if he's eating size or he's a bull, but he's pretty fish. Pretty fish. I'm at Half Moon Island. Fishing that shallow water. Got a marsh, you know, got a marsh in here. Let me see if I can manage this big bogey in here without getting in my trolling motor. Beautiful day. Not a lot of action, but hey, you gotta take what God's gonna give you, right? That bull red he's probably about 25 inches. Pretty fish. Another red. This is a good eating one right here. Look like he's about, I think the other one was about the same size, just under 27. I gotta have some dinner, man. Second one, they biting. The reds are biting. It's hard to do video with an iPhone on these reds, you know, because they'll tear you up. But I'm on Half Moon Island. Sorry about that. Trying to get y'all some decent footage here. It's been a while since I've been out fishing and having fish pull my line. But that red thinks he's going wherever he wants, but he's not. And I caught him on shrimp, live shrimp, with a jig head. I got a pokey out there, and I ain't caught one on a pokey yet. It's crazy. So anyway, we're gonna see if we're trying to get a flounder, but that's what I'm ending up with. Man, I finally got a fish on a pokey, but it ain't no red. It's a big old trout. Look at that. Woo, beautiful, huh? Thank you, Lord. Beautiful trout. Big girl. Got dinner, baby. Look at that fatty, huh? Beautiful. That's in shallow water right on the edge of the grass. There's marsh grass. I threw that pokey about a foot from the edge of the grass. The water's real high right now. It's supposed to be going out, but I mean, this is one of the highest I've seen it everywhere I've been, so can't always judge those tide tables. But the fish are right on the edge of the grass. Every good one I'm catching is in that shallow water. It's cool, you know, the temperature cool, the water cools down about 10-15 degrees, and they right on the edge. So just a little information for you on a high tide. They're right on the edge of that grass. Another good trout. Another good trout, baby. Right in that shallow water along that grass. He's about 16. I think he'll hold. We are on in Louisiana water, so I could keep that anyway, though, as long as you don't stop. Let's go measure him. I think he's an eater. Man, I finally got that flounder on a look at that, on the pokey. How about that? Woo! Big doormat too. Beautiful fish. On a pokey, right on that grass line, boy. I knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. That's a hammer. What I did was, where I got the most bites along this bank, I came back and made a second round, and I picked up a flounder and a nice trout. And so far, and I'm halfway through my little spot where I caught most of the fish. I went a long ways down there and didn't get much action, but I came back to that, you know, most of the, what they say, 90% of the fish in 10% of the area. That's kind of how it was right here. So I had to grind it out, but I got a nice mess of fish. Thank you, Lord. Man, got some nice fish in the boat. I think I got 3 or 4 trout, 3 keeper redfish, and a nice flounder. Hey, I don't need a stacked box. That's a lot for me lately over here in Mississippi, but well, I'm in Louisiana right here, the waters. At Grand Island, AKA Grand Island. It's Half Moon Island on the map. So it's a great little place, a lot of place to fish. I just fished a small area. They're in the shallow waters right now. The water cooled off, so, you know, in 2 feet of water, don't be afraid to fish. Whereas the summer, you couldn't do that. So I'm gonna make a move, head back that way towards Waveland, and I might stop one more time. All my fish are legal in both states, so. I'm gonna try the little pier, the pier by my house. Give it a shot with live shrimp or pole, see what happens, you know. Last year I caught some nice fish there, so. It's about 12:30, but I think it doesn't matter the time anymore because the temperature is cooled off. You just got to get the tide right and put it by their nose. So we'll stop on the way back to the lawn. See what happens. Well, I made it all the way. I had to come try. I had some bait left over. Had some good shrimp. Had to come try it out at the bridges, and the sheephead are at the bridges. So if you want to catch sheephead, I threw a little jig out there with a shrimp, but the best way to do it is put a cork on and throw it right against the piling, about 2 feet under a cork. That's the best way to get them. And there's a lot of them, good eating size, 3-pounders, 4-pounders, just like that. But I'm at the car bridge in Bay St. Louis, getting ready to call it a day. See, I want sheephead. I just threw a couple gap top back, and the sheephead are stacked up here. That's a jig head with a shrimp. just throwing it in the current, outgoing tide. But I would say you're probably just as productive or more with a cork and a shrimp right along the piling. But I'm throwing them right here in the eddy right here. Tide's going out, and they eating it up. All right, these sheephead are stacked up right here, but you want to park yourself on outgoing tide, just like I am here. I'm facing Bay St. Louis, and I'm throwing to the last piling and let it get out in the eddy right here. But I got a 1/4 ounce jig head on with a shrimp. I tried free lining, and they stayed too high, so they sitting close to the bottom in this eddy, and I'm sure they real close to the edge, 2 or 3 feet, right on the edge of them piling. So that'd be 2 ways to get those sheephead. And just like that, out of that eddy, boy, them suckers fight too. What? Look how size of that. That's a beautiful fish. If you want to eat sheephead, if you want to clean them, the meat's delicious. They stacked up at the bridges. Tommy V says so. We got to get and eat the outgoing tide. It's midday. You can come any day with some shrimp. All right, we wrapped it up, man. Got the boat clean, got a fish on ice. Thank y'all for watching, and just wanted to let y'all remind you, if you hadn't seen it, my bottom unit, I live on the top, and I remodeled this whole bottom down here, and it's a studio suite. It's got kitchen, full bathroom, full refrigerator, beautiful king size bed, pull out, queen size pull out, awesome place, backyard. So if you're interested in renting it, Cruising the Coast is going on right now until Sunday, and thousands of people with old cars and a lot of good times going on here from Waveland all the way to Biloxi. So if you ain't doing nothing, come check us out. It's a good time. Everybody's having it. It's like Mardi Gras in Bay St. Louis, Waveland, Biloxi. So check it out. And if you want to rent the place, you can see it on Airbnb, but you can avoid the fees if you private message me or message me on my YouTube if you're interested in it. It's $200 a night. You're not gonna find any place like this with that many amenities. Free TV, free parking. It's got cable, everything. Awesome little spot. Down here, you can have the place down here. So if you're interested, leave me a message, and we'll see you next time. And the fish are biting, baby. Don't just go hunting. The water temperature's cooling off, and the fish are starting to bite. Thank you, Lord.